Well, tell me, you were a fan of Superman while you were growing up, the comics?
Not of the comics, no. I was a fan in the sense of that societal sense. Everyone knows who Superman is. They may have seen a movie or some cartoons, and they know what the character is. But I wasn't a big comic book fan at all. I didn't really become a proper comic book fan until after I got the job.
Yeah.
And then I had the wonderful opportunity to have all of that stuff already done, and so it wasn't waiting week to week to the next bit of the story. I got Death of Superman in one go, and The Return of Superman in one go, and I loved the fact that I got that opportunity.
What was your favorite storyline of that comic?
Death.
Death?
Yeah,
Right?
Death, if I had to name one. But my four favorites, as I said in the conference: Death Superman, Return of Superman, Red Sun, and Superman Batman: The Search for Kryptonite.
No.
Those are four that really spoke out to me as far as giving an insight to the character.
Okay. And what do you think is the difference between the original version of Superman and the Nolan one?
Well, this is the Snyder version of Superman.
Yeah, Snyder, Nolan.
And Nolan sort of has had, a Godfather type presence, but this is definitely the Snyder version. It's the difference between the classic ones. This is very much based in reality. It's asking real questions, and the choices and answers aren't obvious. It's not, okay, well, he's going to do this because it's the right thing to do. There's 5 different ways of doing the right thing, and some of them are polar opposite to each other. And so it's realistic in the sense that there's no black and white. It's a lot of, yes, I could, but what are the consequences? And that puts a lot of weight on the character's shoulders, which, although we've seen in past stuff, in this one, it's a very real weight that we can associate with, because we've all made those tricky decisions.
What was the challenging thing while training for the movie and all these sequences where you were fighting and flying at the same time? It was amazing.
Thank you. The most challenging stuff about the training was just the hours. At first, it was because I hadn't done that kind of training before, and it was very difficult. And then once my body became more accustomed to it, it was just trying to fit it in during the day. I had to wake up at 4 in the morning sometimes to train an hour before work, and then do a 14-hour day after that. And it became exhausting because of that. That was the trickiest part of the training. Not to say that it wasn't very rewarding. I loved it and enjoyed it. And when I didn't train on a day, I didn't like it. I felt antsy, and I wanted to go to the gym. What was the last part of the question?
The flying sequences.
Oh, flying sequences.
Yeah, and the CGI, all that.
Flying and fighting, the CGI was a lot of fun, especially on the CGI days. The day slowed down a lot, and so it made it a lot easier for me, especially when it's constantly go, 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 and eventually you get a day which is slowed down a bit. It was really nice, and plus you get to see all the videos they've made just to show you what's going on in the world and all the artwork, and then you get to play around with your imagination, because you're sitting on a green screen. And it's like being the kid running around the garden, but you're surrounded by professionals and you're wearing an awesome suit. And so that was the fun part. I really got to have my imagination play a part in what I was going through. And then the fight sequences, very different from previous fight sequences. These fight sequences, I always used to learn 13 moves at a time, or sort of, a full fight sequence of 100 moves. And then, if you're lucky, break it up. These are 3 moves, stop. 3 moves, stop, 3 moves, stop, and it just made it far more enjoyable, because you could really perfect each one and make it perfect for camera. And then they'd have to reset up because there'd be like a wonderful super move or something, and then it's me falling out of a safe, and it just gave a different pace to everything. And on a job which was this long, it was nice to have that slowing of pace.
And working with Zack Snyder, what can you tell us about him on the set?
Zack is an amazing man. Obviously very talented, very unique in his vision, a wonderful attention to detail. But when it comes to the man himself, which is what I think makes him great personally, is his ability to keep everyone's energy up. On a 6-month shoot, 15 hours a day, everyone's exhausted, you've had 4 espressos in the morning and they're still not working. You're still wanting to go back to bed. And then you walk onto set and Zack's there, and Zack gives you his energy. And he gives everyone his energy, and it's just a remarkable thing to watch, and a wonderful thing to be around.
And talking about rumors, do you think you're considered to play a role, a Superman role in the Justice League movie?
If the Justice League movie ever happens, I'm assuming I would be considered, unless I do make a terrible mistake, since now, or from now, which I don't think I will. But if this movie is successful and they use this as a base to lead towards a Justice League movie, then I assume I would be the guy chosen to play. Yeah.
And what can you tell me about the cast? Russell Crowe, Amy Adams, all of them. How was your experience with them?
Amazing with all of them.
Yeah.
I can sort of talk about all of them in the same way, in that they're all genuinely wonderful people, very, very good to be around on set, professional, and that's the important thing for me. It's professional. You can be a nice person, but if you're not coming to work and doing your job, then it's frustrating to be around. They all were so good at their job that when action happened, it made half of my job that much easier. I didn't have to pretend that they were someone, because they actually felt like that person to me, and that was really important. And I feel blessed to have worked with them.